she's a bear girl, land of the free. She's a
Ford's mid-size Ranger pickup truck will be redesigned for the 2023 model year. It adopts bolder front-end styling inspired by the larger F-150. While Ford has said it will offer the new Ranger with a turbo diesel V6 in some markets, we expect the American version will be powered by the same turbocharged 2.3-liter four-cylinder engine as the current truck, with rear-wheel drive as standard. A four-wheel drive system is optional, and we could see a hybrid powertrain option join the lineup too, but we're most excited about the prospect of a high-performance Raptor variant. There will be two distinct body styles, a four-door crew cab and an extended cab model with two rear half doors. The cabin receives a similar makeover, featuring a large, vertically oriented infotainment system similar to what's found in the Edge SUV. This next-generation Ranger will be all new, and we expect it to go on sale in 2022 as a 2023 model. Without more details about the new Ranger's pricing or its standard and optional features, we can't make a recommendation on which one is the best value. But we'd suggest the roomier crew cab model for anyone who's planning on using the rear seat for toting passengers. When more information becomes available, we'll update this story with details. While Ford could pull a switcheroo, we think the new Ranger will come with the same turbocharged 2.3-liter four-cylinder as the outgoing model. In our experience, this engine provides ample power to hustle a mid-sized truck around, and we don't expect that to change with the new model. Ford says it will offer a turbo diesel V6 in other markets, but we don't think it will make its way to North America. A variety of transmissions are available, including a 6-speed manual and a 10-speed automatic, but we think Ford will stick with the 10-speed as standard equipment on Rangers in the US. The current model is capable of towing up to 7,500 pounds, which puts it near the top of its class for mid-size pickups. We expect the new model to offer similar capability. Before we get to the flagship technology features, it's worth calling out how comfortable the Ranger is behind the wheel. With a tilting and telescoping wheel, well-padded seats that accommodate tall drivers, and plenty of storage up front, it's easily the best UTA out there if you're planning to spend long stints on the highway, at least before you get into the Ram realm. The Ranger sets the standard for modern utes, no doubt about it. The XLT might be a lower-end member of the range, but it's not short on sizzle. The vertical touchscreen is actually smaller than the unit in the Wildtrak, but it's still streets ahead of anything else in the UTA class at first glance. Likewise, the digital instrument cluster. It doesn't feature maps or many customization options, so it'll be interesting to see how it compares with the Amarok when it touches down, but for now it lends the new Ranger a more modern feeling than its predecessor. As for the actual operation of the screen, it's a mixed bag. The software looks and feels very modern, and Ford has retained some physical buttons for frequently used climate functions, so it's easy to fiddle with the temperature on the move. The menu structure is logical, and the sheer amount of screen real estate means key information isn't buried. It's possible to have your mapping, radio preferences, and climate information on display all at once. For example, the wireless Apple CarPlay connected flawlessly for us, although it drains the battery rapidly with no wireless charger. Rear seat space is fine, but doesn't feel like much of a step on from what was previously on offer. Leg and headroom are both acceptable, and the bench is broad enough that 3 tradies will be able to travel on short journeys without wanting to kill each other afterwards. The inclusion of air vents is good. The fact Ford has fitted a 12V slot but no USB ports on the rear of the transmission tunnel feels like a missed opportunity. The 12V is versatile when it comes to accessories, but you'll need to plug in a dongle to charge iPads back there. Ford Pass Connect is standard on the XLT and allows owners to lock or unlock and remotely start their car, check fuel levels, find the car, activate the exterior lighting, or even check the indicators on your trailer are working. It feels like Ford has really thought about how to value add with its app in the Ranger, rather than just translating passenger car technology into a vehicle with a different set of goals. Storage space around the cabin is plentiful. The central bin is deep, the door pockets have plenty of room, there are 2 cup holders on the transmission tunnel, and the slot beneath the dashboard is huge. The slot ahead of the gear selector is perfect for a large McDonald's fries. No chip crisis here. It's a shame the extra glove compartment and cup holders in the Wildtrak aren't standard here though. Given having less money doesn't mean you have less to store. The V6 engine in the XLT is a smoother, more effortless mover than any of its 4-cylinder rivals. With 30 kilowatts and 100 Newton meters more than the bi-turbo, it's the torquiest dual cab UTA on offer in Australia ahead of the outgoing Amarok. That plays out with a satisfying surge of performance from below 2,000 RPM when you lean on the accelerator and better in-gear response at highway speeds. It doesn't need to work as hard, and when you need it to dig deep you're immediately aware there's a higher ceiling on what it can do. Driven back-to-back with the 2.0L, it immediately sets itself apart with more muscular performance, the sort of performance that will immediately endear the V6 to people who live life with a heavy trailer hitched to their UTA. Beyond the extra punch on offer, the V6 sets itself apart with proper full-time 4-wheel drive. Rather than the 4-wheel drive system in the bi-turbo, which shouldn't be driven in 4x4 on sealed roads, the system in the V6 can be used all the time. You can set it in 4A and forget for normal driving, and enjoy all-wheel drive traction in wet conditions without the risk of your differentials binding. Utes on all-terrain tires are notoriously skittish on wet tarmac, so the added security of a full-time 4-wheel drive system reaps benefits in a wide range of conditions. Only the Amarok offers the same functionality at the top end of the market, although the less expensive Mitsubishi Triton also offers its own take on full-time 4-wheel drive. While the core ladder frame as well as the coil front and leaf rear suspension setups are familiar, Ford Australia engineers made the track 50mm wider and moved the dampers outboard, theoretically cutting down further on hopping and bouncing when lightly laden.